So here's my computer in the cabinet in the little case. Whoa, look at that. That's the thing I just said, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Sorry, the lighting's pretty crap right now. It's like 9 a.m., so I'm not really able to get awesome sunlight in here, so this is all just crappy overhead light. Anyway, if we open this bad boy up, we can see this system. Okay, that's my computer. I did install the pump, the all-in-one liquid cooling solution. The Corsair H50 has been installed in there, and so far, I most definitely have seen better cooling. Now, the trouble is figuring out how much better it is. And by that, I mean, I'll show you this. Let me turn down the ISO a ton so you can actually see. Alright, there's my temps, okay? So I'm rendering a video right now. Currently, I'm getting, can you see? It's very hard to stabilize this while sitting down. I'll stand up. Sorry. Let me stand up for you guys. Alright. I'm gonna have to manually adjust the white balance as well, or, excuse me, the focus. Alright, so we're getting 55 to 60 while rendering. That is on the processor, okay? That is on all the cores around. I mean, obviously, I'm just kind of summing them all up, giving you an average. The graphics card had never been a problem before. I mean, 60, whatever. It's pretty damn good at its job. And then, as you can see, I do have a video going right here. I am rendering out. And while I'm rendering, I'm getting 55 to 60. Sometimes it's a little lower, sometimes it's a little higher in my current configuration. And that is fantastic, okay? Now, the issue is figuring out how much better is very difficult because of these little doors. And by that, you may be like, well, what the hell does that mean? This thing on the inside has no ventilation, whatever. Like, there's one hole, and it is completely blocked by tons of cables, so I need to cut out holes or make some sort of ventilation system for this device, for this structure that I have right here. But the issue is, I don't want to have to take everything out. I want it to look good. You know, there's so many different ways I could go about doing it. I was thinking I'm maybe just going to cut out 2 big holes to match. There's one big hole in the back. And I was thinking I'd make 2 holes along the back to match it. And then have, all of them would be kind of full of cables instead of one big full of cable thing. And then I was thinking maybe I could even do more with it. I don't know yet. Anyway, the thing comes down to how difficult it is, how much better I think it's going to improve. Now, whenever this thing is open, there are no heating issues whatsoever. Whenever it's closed, it doesn't even really get that hot either. But it definitely, there's still a lot of heat that's accumulating. Like, it's still really apparent that there's an issue with the ventilation and not just with the stock cooler. Now, this is so much better than the stock cooler. I mean, under load, getting 55, 60, something like that, it's amazing. I'm so glad. Like, whenever I'm rendering a video, I just open it up. You know, it's no big deal at all. And if I have it closed, it goes up, the highest I've seen it hit is 80. And that's with it being on a full day, being shut for an entire, like, all of yesterday afternoon. It was shut and through the night. And then I rendered a video, and so none of the heat was getting out. So it was at, like, 80 degrees Celsius, which, again, way, way, way lower than my under load with the stock, which was getting 90, 100, 105 Celsius. That's way too much. That's me fearing for the safety of my hardware, which is not something I want at all. So far, I mean, it seems like this thing has done a pretty damn good job. I think that's pretty much it for this video. I was going to do a build log of my computer since I had to literally take every part out of it. I didn't because it would have been twice as painful to build the computer, and I had to do a lot of jank stuff. Like, this system, probably not at its full potential. There was a lot of things that I had to do to make it work, like positioning things incorrectly and breaking things. I won't go into too much detail because I don't want you guys to be like, oh man, that sounds awful. Like, I won't say that I had to, like, break plastic pieces off of things. I kind of am saying that I had to do that. I won't go into any more detail. It was pretty bad. The system's held up, though, so that's fantastic. And hopefully there aren't any issues ever with the configuration. I mean, that would be great. Hopefully I don't... You know, that's something I worry about. you can only do so much, like, jank fixes until they collectively break something. And so I really try not to do a lot of jank fixes. But, you know, sometimes you have to. Anyway, I've been rambling on for too long. The pump was a success. The pump was a success. The pump was a success. All-in-one liquid cooling, very nice. Thumbs up. I would give it 2 thumbs up, but then the camera would fall. So that doesn't really work out very well. I'm done talking. Bye.